Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike here from Arizona, and I am making this update video because I am happy to say that I have a good majority of all my endlers in this bin. And if we can get on a better angle here, I can't really see if you can see this or not, but maybe you can. Hopefully you can. There are tons and tons of fry in here, so that's the one thing I was going for. And I have to say, there's something about putting these guys outdoors in a little bit warmer conditions and some natural like algae and different things that they would get in their natural environment that allow these guys to just start dropping fry like crazy. And this is kind of what happened last summer when I brought them out here. Is every day I would find hundreds and hundreds of new fry, and I had more of these guys than I knew what to do with. I mean, I already do have a lot of them, so maybe it's something I'll throw up for sale or not on my website. I don't know. We'll have to see and test that out. But I do want to mention that everything's going good. I cannot wait to start the series on the display tank that I'm making. I'm going to go over cost and all kinds of good things that everybody's wanting to know, especially those of you guys who are new to keeping plants and how to set up a rather inexpensive planted aquarium. I'm definitely going to do that. But as you can see, I'll go in different lighting so maybe you can see them better or not on certain angles. I mean, there are hundreds. I'm probably down to about 10 left in the 125 gallon, maybe 20 left in that 125 gallon. Those endlers a little bit tricky to get, so I feel like what I'm going to need to do is I'm just going to need to drain the tank down to about an inch of water, and then I shouldn't have any issues as far as catching them. But I'm just going to agitate the water a little bit over here and get some of these guys to be interested so you guys can actually see how many are in here. But there's tons. So with that, that's my update on this. As far as my plants, all my plants are doing really good. This is pretty much all Wisteria repens starting to grow out of the top over here. I've only had that about a week. This here I got the other day, and it's starting to come out. So I got some Wisteria still coming in with the big broad leaves, and not the pinnate leaves or the lacy leaves, as I've been reminded in the past that the lacy looking leaves are considered pinnate. And I do know that. I just want you guys to know that in case in the future you want to know what it really is called. It's not lacy, it's pinnate leaves. Okay. So thank you for the person who reminded me of that last time I made that video. That's great. In here, everything is going good. I actually have some crypts that I added to this system. These are going to be for my display tank. I have these are lucent crypts, and then I have these other crypts over here. It's a red variety. So these are going to be going in the display tank as well. As far as everything else goes, I got a whole bunch of Madagascar lace plant bulbs ready for sale. There's a crab in there. He must have got himself in there. I'll have to take him out later. I have caparoni bulbs. These guys just sprouted like crazy. I'm not going to guarantee that every time I send out bulbs they're going to be sprouted like this, but I try to always send sprouted over non-sprouted if I can. So just know that if I have sprouted bulbs, you will get it sprouted. If not, it's okay. You know, they will sprout. Some of them sprout much faster than others. I did notice too that I have a lot more jungle val than I even know what to do with. So I have tons of jungle val growing. This is definitely going to go in the display tank as well. And as you can see here, I mean, look at look at these runners. It's so crazy how many runners these things produce. So we will definitely be adding jungle val into that new system. I have some nice sword plants Like I said, we've been watching these guys grow, and they're all doing wonderful. I'm definitely going to take a few of those and use those in the display tank. I actually have these, and I'm not sure if they're going to go in a display tank or not. I know I am going to do Anubiases, but I have some rather large Anubias potted plants that were inside of the tank already, but I put them in here, and they've just gotten larger with the natural sunlight, so we'll see. Those might make the display tank too, because I'm getting kind of attached to them, and because they've grown so large. Now all of those that I have down there are really large. Like, let me show you. A jungle valve coming out, but I mean, this thing is super big. This might have started with 2 or 3 leaves. Oh, baby trapdoor snail on the side here. But this maybe started with 2 or 3 leaves. I mean, look how many leaves I have on this thing. And everybody who wants to know or who has not heard this from me before, the way to get your Anubias to grow really fast or grow really large is plant it. Now, do not bury the rhizome. As you can see, the rhizome is above the soil, but I have it capped off in gravel. And I just stuck the roots in there, and the roots get all the nutrients, and the plant takes off. So it's as simple as that. You don't really have to do much, because it's a pretty hardy plant. Got lots of jungle val in here. This tank is going pretty good. I got, it's like kind of like, I don't know if this is an algae or just I don't think it's an algae. I just think it's more of a like, well, that's definitely algae over there. I gotta pull it. So it could be algae, but I think it's more of like just the debris coming off of the filter or something like that that's coming out. Maybe some fish waste or whatever building up. So I'm gonna have to do a water change on this probably this week. I didn't actually do a water change this weekend like I normally do, but all these fish are doing really good. So haven't lost any of these. Still eating mosquito larvae, still eating zucchini, all kinds of vegetables. I mean, these guys are getting pretty trained to my hand too, so they kind of come up to me when I have my hand in here because they think that I'm feeding them. That's what I love about goldfish. Literally, you can literally handle them because they get used to you feeding them. And a lot of fish do, actually, as you may know. When you do own fish, they kind of recognize you as a food source after a while. This filter is off, but as you can see, it grows algae up on the scrub pad, which is pretty interesting. But I do hand remove this algae on a regular basis. I am winning the battle with algae in here, but honestly, with the endlers and guppies, they do really well in the algae. The fry love it because they can hide in here. So, but it's, I mean, it's crystal clear down to the bottom, so this tank is doing exactly what I needed to do. This thing is still a beast, growing really good. It's actually taken over the entire bin, which is interesting. I'll say this over and over again, if you guys are looking for plants that grow pretty tall or long, Bacopa, this moneywort, is definitely the way to go. It definitely pulls nitrates out of the system. It's definitely something that I would recommend. So definitely that's my update, guys. You have a great day. Please comment, please like, and if you have not done so, please subscribe.